You're welcome back to News Insights. And the journey and the work to continue to build our nation continues. P2B in the news again, always in the news for one thing or the other. But at this time, he's talking about Ohanaeze Ndi Igbo. And he's encouraging them to pursue unity across the nation. Philip, Obi in the news again.
Yes, Obi is a true leader. It's the leader the president of Nigeria had never had. Hopefully they will have him someday. I don't know. Ohanaeze Ndi Igbo just did their election after they lost the previous president, person of Iwanyam of blessed memory. Mm-hmm. In his goodwill message to the elected leadership of Ohanaeze Ndi Igbo, he is telling them, look, what we need in Nigeria now is peace and unity. As the leader of Ohanaeze Ndi Igbo, what is paramount, what should be paramount in your leadership is peace. Pursue peace for the entire nation, not just for the Ndi Igbo or the Southeast alone. And the unity of this country so that this country can develop. I think that is real leadership that Peter Obi has just displayed. It shows that irrespective of what they say to him or the attack and what have you, he's not perturbed. He knows what he wants for Nigeria. He wants a developed Nigeria, a united Nigeria, a Nigeria that is peaceful, a Nigeria that is progressive. That is why he's addressing his people to pursue peace and unity. Because you can see from some segment, once they get it off, is this cultural group. All they do is to see, it is my place. For instance, so the Igbo who claim to be leader from the Western extract, he's saying that the Yoruba had enough intellectuals who had traveled around the world to develop the Yoruba land. But see in the contrast, so be saying that, look, you leaders of Ohanaeze Ndi Igbo pursue peace and unity for the entire nation because we have one country, and that country is what? It's Nigeria.
So, PK, help us make good of this. A lot of Northerners in particular are beginning to realize and promote that against odds, putting Biafra war behind, that Igbos are those who happen to be looking for unity of Nigeria the most, but people don't know. If you go to every city of Nigeria, Igbos build houses.
No, every village.
Every village, actually. they will build houses.
They are the only people who will come to your place and take it as their home.
These Igbos taking everywhere as their home. Is it part of the lines Obi is advising Senator Azuta Toto?
Well,
so that everywhere in Nigeria is a home.
Everywhere in Nigeria is a home. For example, I school in the north, and
you are from Edo State.
And I'm from Edo State. I see Zaria like home or Kaduna.
Yeah.
Do you understand? If I'm going to Zaria now, I'm very at home.
And you're not an Igbo.
I'm not an Igbo man, and all that. And so when you see him advising the Igbo, they have peculiar problems that are peculiar to the East. For example, we've had this sit-at-home stuff for a long time now. Yeah. It has not gone away. But you see, don't just look at your home. Look at how we can integrate the whole country into one. Because like you said, everywhere you go, you must see an Igbo man. Even if it's a hamlet. And when they come there, they make that place their home.
Anywhere you go to, you don't see Igbo man, just pack your bag and
leave that. And I think Obi exemplified that during his campaign.
Yes.
He was visiting Mubi. He was visiting everywhere.
Not just the capital city.
No. Getting to the point where even the presidential candidates that are from there couldn't
match up with him.
Those are the leadership traits that he's displayed and is still displaying. Obi shows that he's a clear leader who has a clear vision for this country. Obi is not a man who believes in nepotism, in tribalism. He believes in oneness of this country. And that is what he has displayed by this.
And he wants Senator Azuta to toe in that line.
Yes.
So now, we have too many cultural groups or tribal groups, Arewa, Consultative, Forum, blah, 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 all of all this. what if this, do you think is in the best interest of these people to come together so that the voices of people like Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igboho, I don't think there's any prominent voice in the north apart from Boko Haram, people who are trying to take over territory and declare Sharia themselves are not complying with. They are bombing children, killing children, so I don't know what they want. So do you think all these groups should actually have a kind of meeting? A meeting, it could be once in a year, once in biannual meeting, or anyhow. Let's have three to come together and push in this unity. What we can't get from senators and House of Reps. Maybe these are our traditional roots can get us to it. Do you think we can?
So there was a kind of conversation between Ahmadu Bello and the Great Zik.
Yeah.
The Great Zik said, "Let us forget whether we are Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa. Let us be just one Nigeria." Yeah. Ahmadu Bello said, "No, you can't change a Yoruba man to an Igbo man." He said, "Let us know our differences so that we will not step on those differences." Now, if you are talking about them coming together, if you say we don't have differences, it's a lie.
We do.
In culture, in religion, we have differences.
We do.
In way of life, we have differences. But how can I live in Zaria and have Hausa man, a Muslim man as friend, because if I know what he doesn't like, right, I will stay away from it. If they want to come together, I think it's of best interest for them to come together.
Okay.
When they come together, the Arewa Consultative Forum, Oduduwa stuff, Edo, Delta,
there are too many tribes, over 200 and something tribes in Nigeria.
Do you understand? And all of that, when they all come together, they will first of all put on the front burner the issue of Nigeria. Listen, I've always asked the governor of Sokoto State, where is he from? Why is Sokoto State? Irrespective of...
Okay, let's get it now. P2B is pushing Ohanaeze Ndi Igbo. Now, Ohanaeze members, or Ohanaeze as a whole, have their children in the Senate and the National Assembly. This message of unity, or contagious unity, that Igbos are showing in some form, though unwritten, can they take it to National Assembly?
That's exactly what Peter Obi has just done. Like you said, that there should be a meeting point. I think the message of Peter Obi to the Ohanaeze Ndi Igbo is to all the cultural group in Nigeria, not just the Ohanaeze Ndi Igbo. It is time for all the cultural group in Nigeria to pursue peace and unity for the interest of this great country. When you talk about this group, there's this Niger Delta Consultative Forum and the Middle Belt group. At the point they were having a meeting and the Arewa and all of that. Like he said, you see, they can meet and all of that. It won't take us anywhere. But when they meet, they should be able to know their boundary, their differences. So that when you know my differences, you know what I want and what I don't want. And I also know what we want and I don't want. Then we can have a communion, a unison that will help us. But when we just say, let's just come together and not considering those differences, we will not move forward. I think in my own contribution, for what to be said, the OB message should go beyond the Ohanaeze Ndi Igbo. It should go to the Arewas.
Now,
it should go to UPU, the Yoruba People Progressive Union. It should go to the Oduduwa, and all of that. People should not be self-centered. There should be no segregation.
Okay.
People should know that we are one and we will be one for good.
Good. Excellent. So you see, a lot of people have always felt that, like you said, we have relegated our origin to the background so much. I mean, the name Nigeria came to meet us. Yes. Okay, and we have adopted it that we want to be in Nigeria. But now, you look at the structure keeping Nigeria together is political.
Yes.
And these our representatives in the House, in National Assembly, are seeking for re-election, election, and election. Oftentimes, their decisions are based on how to win the next election.
Not for the progress and peace
but
of
these
Nigeria.
traditional groups, they don't have second term, fourth term, or whatever. They are more likely to champion what really brings us together and develop us. How come they do not have this center that brings all the groups?
You see the problem. So let me just say this.
Okay, let Philip say.
You see the problem. Let me use UPU as an example. In 1999, in Delta State, and in 1990, when up here and Ibu contest election and Ibori and Kaga contest election, UPU play a very formidable role. Also in the north, the area played a formidable role for who become governor and all that. You know what the politicians now did? They now politicized these cultural groups. So the leaders of these cultural groups you see today, they are the stooge of the politicians, so they don't have a say anymore.
They are under deputy governor.
Exactly.
Like in Delta States, all the traditional leaders are under deputy governor.
If they were the true cultural group we used to know, yes, what we are advocating will work, they will call their members to order. But today, the people who so-called at the head, even this Ohanaeze Ndi Igbo, I don't want to get to that, they are being planted for political interest.
How do you think we can get out of that?
Is to dissolve all the political, all the social cultural groups, like what he said. Senator Umbata, was he not a senator? So why is he seeking to be the head of?
He's not. I think he's currently.
Of course, but he was in the house.
He wasn't. Yeah.
Was he not a senator?
He was in National Assembly.
All the people
what is
in Arewa Constituency Forum, what are they? Are they not politicians?
Because what you said, we saw it play out, but we don't want to get into that.
Yes.
We saw it play out in Kano State.
Yes.
Where governor this one will come and say Emir, another governor will come and say this.
So they are students of the politicians. So they can't be cut to order.
Can there be a complementary structure to building of Nigeria? Because those who have handed over power to build this nation, eventually, let's be sincere, they are not moving as we think. How do we detach and ensure that traditional institutions, all these traditional institutions can have a voice, not being politicized?
I think it's almost impossible for them not to be politicized.
So you mean that Obi's pursuit of unity across?
No, he has the right to say what he wants to say and encourage them.
I think I have a take home.
No, hold on, let me finish. They have a right to say what they want to say, which is good from what they want to say. They will now go back and use their tongue to count their teeth and say, why do we exist?
So my take home is that, look, it's what we'll be saying here, it's what we are continuing to see. We need a good head. We have a good leadership. It will separate politics from culture, so that the politicians, those in government, will focus in government, and they will leave the cultural group to alone to do their things. Until this is done, it's still better to good governance. A governor who is not afraid of tomorrow, that he want to cow everybody.
So at the end of the day, we need leaders who are not much concerned about their second tenure, probably to devolve the power that actually due to these traditional people back to them, so that they can function and unify this nation. I think that can be our takeaway. PK, thank you so much. I know you have a lot to say, but maybe when we visit this next time, we'll talk about it. So this is still This Insight. We'll be right back.